What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Corner Podcast on Patreon. Shout out to you if you've heard the boxing show already. That's up everywhere. But you know what we're here to talk about. Like, don't even play. You know what we're here to talk about today. Dre, I hit you up immediately. Kendrick Lamar's diss on Drake. I was blowing up the reverse Rat Pack chat. Like, yo, this shit's crazy. Here's the link. All this. I was like, Dre's not responding fast enough. This is one of those times where I almost called you on the phone to be like, yo, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh boy. That's how we're starting this?
That's how I almost called you, like on the realist of shit. Like, yo,
Hold
I
on.
know, I
This what we're doing? We're starting this?
fam, I need your opinion now. I came back like 15 minutes later and you were breaking it down, but I was like, I had to wait 15 minutes. It's tight.
Oh God. What's beef? What's beef? This is beef. Euphoria. This is yeah, this was a situation where y'all was like, oh, it's 3 days. Kendrick ain't respond. Oh, it's 7 days. Kendrick ain't respond. DJ Academics. He lost. It's been 9 days. He didn't respond. Okay. Then he dropped this. And I said it on the last Patreon. Drake ain't gonna like what's coming back. He ain't gonna like it. And he did push-ups, and I was like, that's cool. And then he did that tailor-made freestyle, and I was like, that ain't it. That's not the one. Left his ass wide open
Mhm.
for one of the most vicious counterpunches I've heard in recent diss track history. Because my man started by talking very low over a Teddy Pendergrass sample. Like, your father is ashamed of you, of what you've tried to do on this particular night. And then got extraordinarily greasy. I thank you for bringing hate back, Kendrick Lamar. Like,
That's I knew that was gonna tickle you. That's your thing. You're like, he's like, I'm a hater. I was like, Drake's gonna love this shit.
this is what I said. Like, when I said there's a few things. Again, I haven't talked to Kendrick since 2018. I don't think we no
Yeah, before
2020.
morale, right?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him since before Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. The last time I talked to Kendrick was 2020, right before the pandemic. In the time that I've known him, I've said he's just different. He don't. I mean, he says a lot of this stuff on the song. He doesn't believe in sharing. He doesn't believe in three best rappers. He doesn't believe in not having competition. He believes in a fight when he's bored. Like, this is what he wants. And when he did like that, I said it. Oh, I know where this came from. He bored. He did not like seeing Drake and J. Cole on that stage giving each other their flowers as the two best rappers and then saying, including him as the big three. He didn't like that. He
At
didn't
all.
like it one bit because he's like, what are we doing? There is no co-champion. I don't care if LeBron's playing Kobe, right? Like, one of y'all got to lose. And we don't play like, oh, good game, sir. You know what? Let's just play together. That's what Drake and J. Cole did. Now, I get it. Music's a different beast. You can collaborate. That's fine.
Mhm.
But Kendrick didn't like it. And he said it. I don't like it. So he dropped like that. Him and Drake have had a thing for a while now. And he laid down the bait. Drake took it. J. Cole did the right thing by saying, hey, I realize this beef isn't for me. I'm going to step back.
He's the
Like,
smartest guy here, hands down. He was just like, you know what? I don't dislike this man
no, this isn't my problem.
at
What am I
all.
why am I letting y'all gas me up into thinking that this is my beef? That's his beef.
Yeah.
I caught some strays, but it's okay. Because I had to, like, Cole had to hype himself up for that diss. And then he put it out and I was like, I don't like how this felt. Because I know it might come back. So you know what? I'm gonna apologize. Because my heart ain't really in it. You know who heart is in it?
Don't call it an
Kendrick Lamar.
apology though. Like you did that condescending. Like the man didn't apologize.
I mean, look,
He
man,
was like he was like I wasn't true to myself. He apologized to himself. He said it was
sure,
corny.
whatever. The
I'm
point
saying
is,
like he apologized to Kendrick. Please don't diss me.
no. It wasn't a please don't diss me. He knew that this wasn't really his battle.
Yeah.
Like, if you get in a fight with somebody over your friend and your friend was in the wrong, you kind of go, do I really want to take a bullet for you when you wrong? You know what? This your fight, not mine.
Yeah.
That's what Cole did. Cole was like, this ain't, yeah, we homies and he don't like you, so I'm gonna take a bullet anyway. Now, granted, me and Drake ain't really homies like that. We just did some songs together. So
Now you're questioning how close to you are. Kendrick made him question everything. Which
no,
is
I'm
like,
saying
yo, we cool, but we ain't like that, like
a
that.
lot of rappers work together and not necessarily cozy as like
Yeah,
friends, right? It's not
sure.
like me and you. I'll fight for you, Kel.
Yeah, I'm fine for you.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
but
I I ain't fighting for a coworker.
no, I would not diss Kendrick for you. I ain't gonna lie. Like there's very few ways that I like draw the line in the sand. I ain't dissing because that's on wax forever, Dre.
It ain't
Like
going away.
it ain't
It
going
ain't going
away.
away. And what ends up happening is this song comes out and there's so many layers to the diss because for one, he starts off with Absol reciting a line from The Wiz when Richard Pryor gets caught.
I didn't even know
And
that was Ab Soul.
yeah, they somebody reversed the audio and I heard the audio and I was like, oh, that's The Wiz. Like, this is it. Like I knew what he was doing. They figured me out. I'm a phony. That's a line from The Wiz when The Wiz gets caught. Remember, Michael Jackson's also the Scarecrow in The Wiz. This all works in tandem, right? This is the first line he drops. Then and I said this on Twitter. Y'all follow me on Twitter and see what I said. But the biggest thorn in the side of Drake is that Kendrick questions this man's authenticity and his blackness throughout the entire every 4 bars. He reminds Drake, I know how unserious you are. I know how inauthentic you are. I know how much you want to be liked by black people, but you be doing some bullshit,
Mhm.
right? Like, and then it was, front like I got classics. You ain't got one.
That line. So let's see how your fans stomach
Sheesh.
this. Did you tell
It's
them where you
asking where
really
you
got
got
your
your abs
abs
from.
did?
Listen,
Not the De La Hoya abs line. That it
boy,
hurts.
when I just it's so nice because he gets madder and madder as the song goes along. Like Kendrick gets madder and madder because then he's like, "Hey man, you ain't gonna be pushing P. How about you push a T? Why don't you spin that block one more time before you push at me?" Like he's just trying to remind him, like you messing with the wrong one right now. He makes fun of his accent. He basically like, and dude,
There's not enough accents you could bring to me. And it just reminded me of the fucking Central C London accent
yes,
when he gets super Jamaican, when he gets, there's not enough accents. I almost passed out. Dre, there's so many bars.
that's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I see you don't know nothing about that. Like, yo, ay, ay, ay.
That teach him how to pray. You don't
You
know
don't know
nothing
nothing about
about
that.
that.
He made this into a bar. Like
The voice changes. It's classic
the
Kendrick.
this is hate personified. I hate how you walk your style whack. Your walk whack. Like he came at him from every angle. He told this again, he questions his authenticity to the culture. You like Hilfiger, but Fubu ain't in your collection. You ain't one of us. He's telling Drake this whole song like, I know what you want to be, but what you can't be is one of us. Because let's go back to, I don't know. We've talked about it plenty of times in this podcast. Probably the most recent was from my dogs. When I said once Drake drops a hip hop album, it's over because he's got nothing left for people to latch on to. And Kendrick says that I electrify, you pacify. There's a lot. It, 2 times on this song. 2 times on the song, Drake says, "I'll save that for later." So he's
Yep.
already loaded up the pistol for the next round. He's
Don't
already
do it.
don't
Don't do
come
it.
back for me because I'm
Take
gonna
the
spit
clip
a lot.
out.
Because it's true. Drake has not given us a classic. You can say "Take Care."
I think.
You could say, I mean, I told you what mine is,
Yeah.
but nothing was the same as my favorite Drake album. And I say all this as a Drake fan. The problem has always been is like he's too worried about alienating his base. He's too worried about if I put out this rap album, these certain demographic don't like me.
Mhm.
And Kendrick's never worried about that. Kendrick is never worried about putting an album say this certain demographic ain't gonna like me. Because if he did, he would have never put out "To Pimp a Butterfly." He would have never put out Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He just wouldn't have done those things. And now Drake is, I don't know how Drake feels right now about this man questioning everything that his existence. Drake, I said it the last time. I said, Drake, do you really want to go to the splits conversation? You owe a nigga that, owe a nigga that, owe that nigga. Like, my God.
And he just barely touched on. Like, barely. He didn't even go in.
He's like, is this what you want to do? I got the smoke. And this was a lot of smoke.
But you know the part, because again, he brings it back at the end. But the bars that were really crazy was, it's a little cringy, Drake. Like, I'm not even, like, really?
You use an N-word?
Really, okay. Drake? Really? And everyone's just like, ooh. And then he doubles down on it at the end.
Yeah, tells him again, don't use it.
You can't say it. How you pulling his card? Nah, you don't get that. Give me that card. You can't say this no more.
But he said, after that, he said, I guess he ain't that deep, I guess.
That deep.
Right.
That's the number one criticism of Drake ever.
Yeah.
Is that his music has no substance. It ain't that deep. He said, yo, just continue to make me dance and put my hands in the air.
He said, still love that you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, waving my hands in the air, and it won't be no threat.
Right.
Like he said, but he told you, I don't like tough guy Drake. I like you with your melodies. It's phony. You doing all this as an act. He called this man an actor. The title is Euphoria. And we got like, yo, listen, Kendrick references Wando You Melly. Like, Kendrick references a lot here. But even the title track is about a teenage show made by adults.
Yep.
There's a reason why Kendrick called it Euphoria. This is not Kendrick. I've said he's one of the most layered artists we've ever seen. He's going to give you things that you go back and you go, man, I can't believe. Aside from Lupe is the only one that has mastered this art.
Oh, there's so much depth. When he wants to get in the bag, so much. And Kendrick said that same way.
Like, it's the same, like when Failure came out with Lupe, it was one of them songs you were like, wow, okay. And then you went back and said, oh my God, wait a second. Like, that's what Lupe gives you. This is what Kendrick gave you on this song. Even unlike that, a lot of goofies with checks. Oh, what he's talking about? Bitch asses with Nikes. Oh, that's Drake.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is yeah, man. I'm sorry.
There's so much in every time I ran it back, I caught something different.
Am I battling Ghost or AI? If it's 20v1, I'm back on your Ghost Riders.
Ghost Riders? Bring them all.
I mean, this is one of them things where you go, chill. Like, he's dead already. He's still shooting the body. If you mad that you can't dance to this song, this ain't the battle for you.
No, go home.
Yeah.
And you can't even, that's just on some hater shit. Because the production on this, all 3 different beats, crazy. You could bump this shit in the club and people will go nuts. You're bugging. This is going to be at every pool party all summer.
This was a nightmare for Drake. Like, there is no way that Drake heard this and was like, oh man, like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Because what do I do? Push-ups was a good, I said it, push-ups was a good diss, but I said, you can't talk about a man's shoe size and think that this is going to be, a worthy diss. It ain't. You said he's got small shoes. All right. You ain't a father to your kid. Now shut the fuck up. Like, God damn. All right. Like, Drake's lived too much of his life in the spotlight where he ain't got too much to hide. He said, I don't think you like bitches.
Yeah. Like, yo, the sexy red.
You're gonna be shaking ass because you see them as competition.
Yo. So when you next to sexy red, I see 2 bad bitches. I was like, why, Kendrick? Don't do it to him, Kendrick. Because, like, everything he said was so smart and so true that you can't say shit. I didn't know Drake bought Tupac's ring. Like, Kendrick.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
He was like, yo, I would double the price. Just some whack-ass Canada dude won't have Tupac rolling over in his grave. It's like, damn, you bought Tupac's ring for $1 million. It's like, I'll double that to get it off of you.
Bro. He said headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Are you
Said
kidding?
wear a helmet constantly.
Constantly, because I'm coming for your dome.
Like
There,
it's a
there.
fucking game of Halo.
So to bring this all like to the beginning, I had a huge problem with people questioning when Kendrick was going to come back. Because I don't think you should put a timeline on disses in this microwave journalism society that we live in. Because when people expected Drake to respond immediately, it's like, that's not how this works. Tupac didn't release Hit 'Em Up overnight, right?
Yeah.
Common didn't release The Bitch in You overnight. Cannabis didn't release Second Round Knockout, and LL Cool J didn't do Jack the Ripper overnight.
Nas took like 6 months with Ether.
Yeah, we're not we're in this instant gratification phase and that's part of the reason why J. Cole stepped back because he's like, man, I rushed this out. I overshadowed my own really good album with this half-hearted ass this because y'all wanted it. He should come to the pressure. Kendrick moves at his own time frame. He always has, he always will. He's always been a rapper. It's like people like he don't put out an album once every 4 years. So I'm not moving on your clock. I'm moving on mine. Drake, you're worried about being removed from the spotlight. You more worried about being famous. Kendrick worries about respect. It's all true. They move at different paces. So when I saw people questioning why this was taking so long, I was like, bro, it ain't even been a month yet. What do y'all want? Kendrick started it. Like he started it with like that, which is crazy because it's the number one song in America again.
Yeah. My boy Joe Hendry can't even catch
Bro,
it.
Taylor Swift got bumped because of like that again. It's one of the most popular diss records ever. And Drake put out push-ups. Ain't nobody playing push-ups this week.
No. Damn sure ain't after this. To be fair, I gotta go back and listen to push-ups.
It's a good diss song. It's not whack. Taylor Made was the problem. Taylor Made was him feeling himself.
Yeah, like he tried to do the Meat Mill back to back.
Yeah, you
Like
got to
that
chill out.
that worked once.
You can't do that, right? You left yourself open. The Tupac thing wasn't great. It wasn't like you had a good spot. You were in a good spot with push-ups and just wait for him to respond. But you thought by needling at this man like it was going to make it any better. You just made it worse because you left yourself open. And then you got hit with a counterpunch. And I don't care. Like people could say Drake's more popular. That Euphoria on YouTube is almost at like 10 million views in a day. So y'all can
Crazy.
talk all this stuff about who's more popular, who got more fans. When Drake does something, y'all listen. Y'all can call it whack. You can call it whatever you want. But the man moves at his own pace. He doesn't get told what to do. He doesn't get told what music to make. He doesn't get an accent to please a certain demographic. He doesn't make songs with artists so he can sound like them. He does everything his way. And now he puts out this diss, and people like academics, y'all gotta shut the fuck up.
Yo, really though, like, let's be real. What the fuck is academics doing?
Being
Like, I
stupid.
understand he's not a journalist, but at some point to your fan base, don't you have to have credibility?
No, not in this day and age, right? Like, it's the reason why academics exists. He has a nice little Twitch that has a lot of people listen to his uneducated opinions about hip hop, right? And he's consistent. I'll give academics credit for that. He is consistent. There are certain people who have come a long way in this industry just by being consistent, and academics is one of them. That doesn't mean he's smart. I don't mean know what he's talking about. Like, nevertheless, he questioned Drake and said Kendrick said Kendrick took two L's and did he? Now how you feel?
Mm.
But all Gilly the Kid said it wasn't great. All right, Gilly.
Said it was corny. Really? But Drake shit wasn't corny when he used AI of two rappers as features?
We're recording this podcast and Tyrese Maxey just hit a 3-pointer from like the logo with 6 seconds left. It's a tie game, and Jalen Brunson just got his shit blocked, and we're going in overtime. Sorry. This, if it's not for you, that's fine, because that means Kendrick was never for you. I can understand that. But if you like Kendrick, or if you say you like Kendrick and you're telling yourself a lie, and you're saying push-ups is better than this, you're bugging. Like I just don't understand. This is it's way too early to say, but this is going to be in the tournament for the best diss tracks ever. Like it belongs in a 16 at least.
Yeah. Unless he just has some wild shit still in the chamber.
But that's the problem, man. Sometimes you late. I said when like that came out was bait, and he's just waiting for somebody to take it because he knew he was like, I'm just laying this here for you. But then he told you again in Euphoria, he's like, man, I got more. I'm gonna save you. I'm kind today, and this is kind. I hate how you dress. Like I hate how you walk. I hate how you talk. I hate how you dress. This is kind. This is kind, Kendrick. Because and he warned him, don't talk about my family. We don't have to make this personal. You know, kind of is. But we don't have to talk about families. But if you come for me, I'm coming back. Crown's getting heavy. I like to hold it though. So I have an issue with Drake that I've had for a long time. When he gets in over his head, he pivots to like pop music.
I hope that's not where he's going after this.
I'm just saying,
It's just
when Drake has an issue of he wants to be positioned as authentic until it affects his brand overall. So when he battled Meek Mill, he wasn't in over his head. He knew he could win the meme battle. He knew he was a better rapper. He knew he knew more about Meek. Even though Meek opened the can of worms with the ghostwriter accusations, he knew that he was better than Meek Mill. Pusha was a whole nother dynamic. Pusha, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go in the mud with Pusha," and he was like, "I don't think you can go deeper than me," and that's what Pusha kind of laid that bait. Okay, Drake, this is what you want to do? Sure. Meek don't have that level of depth that Pusha had.
no.
Pusha pushed it, and what did Drake do eventually? He backed down. Jay Prince got involved. You can say what you want, but Drake's been throwing subs at Pusha T for forever. But he don't really want that smoke. And then it'd be like, Tootsie Slide or some shit like that'll come out. With this Kendrick issue, you can't do the same thing. You can't say, oh man, I had one in the chamber, but Jay Prince stopped it. Jay Prince ain't stopping this fight because it's a fair one. We ain't uncovering kids. We just saying you ain't taking care of them. like this is what Kendrick's basically doing. He's questioning your authenticity. He's questioning who you are, your fake abs. Like you thinking everybody's a threat. You being disillusioned. You being manipulative. You being a liar. Like you wanting to have the lifestyle of a black person, even though you are black, but you was raised by your white mom. But you trying to be so street that it don't feel real. I don't know what Drake can say to come back from this. I've been thinking about it all day. I was like, what can Drake say for people to go, you got Kendrick? I said it from the beginning. I told you when I talked to Ninth Wonder, I was like, it's really hard that this guy was a Pulitzer for a rap album. So what you gonna
Someone
say?
said give him a Pulitzer for a diss track. I was like, oh my God, that's real.
The man might get a Nobel Peace Prize for a diss track.
Yo, I can't. Now I'm just wondering, what can Drake say back? Like you just
There's
said,
nothing
like
there.
he has to, but you can't say you whack. You can't say you don't get girls because Kendrick already said, I don't want the girls you get.
Yeah, who them thinking that they're real women? Oh my god!
Oh my God. Everywhere you could hit him, he already kind of boxed you out of. It's just
Yeah.
like, fuck, what? Like, he had another Jackson's line in there.
Oh yeah.
So you can't keep comparing yourself to Mike. That's a wrap.
No,
He's bodied you like three different ways.
it's
So
it's embarrassing. You
it's it's checkmate. Like this, if you're playing chess, you can try to move, but it's checkmate.
well, so okay. This is all true. Drake just doesn't have the authenticity of a rapper to deal with somebody like Kendrick. Jay-Z and Nas could do it because they from the streets. They street dudes who ended up rapping. You don't have, I mean, you ain't like, yeah, yes, Jay sold drugs, but Nas was living in the projects. They got it out the mud. Drake was on Degrassi, right? Drake has, he didn't really have this difficult childhood. It's really hard to battle authenticity with
Yeah.
somebody like Kendrick. And especially when you're so worried about aesthetics. And Drake, like, Drake was kind of skinny fat when he first came out, right? When he was younger. Then he hit the gym, and then he got abs, and then he got muscles and tattoos. Then he got colorful braids, and then he wears these weird clothes. It never, none of these things have ever felt like they're authentically him, right? He's got a timeless style, which is great to his credit. For a popular artist, this all works for you. But in a battle with an authentic rapper, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't come and start talking about your music's whack. You can't, because you're pacifying fans. You making albums to get spins and streams. You're not making music that people gonna remember. You ain't making classic albums. You ain't got none of those. But you're dealing with somebody who does, who is risky, who is daring, who is willing. He said, I realize y'all don't like the West Coast. Fuck it, I'm pushing the line. Like he's telling you, I don't care.
At
You can talk,
all.
you can
So
talk
we're on
about my
different
looks.
time zones, baby. I don't care.
Listen,
You 3 hours behind.
you can talk about my looks. You can talk, like, don't talk about my wife, but you can talk about my lack of women. You can talk about anything, but these are things I don't care about.
In which I think that's where Drake was hinting that he would go with like the
Yeah,
wife jokes. And it's just like everything you got was from Mr. Morale and Big Steppers. Like, what are you going to say?
he laid his life out there in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and it was controversial. Some people didn't like it. It's a hard listen, but O'Shea Jackson, what did he say? Ice Cube son. He's like, you can dance to a diss record. People say they ain't got no
Yeah,
replay. It
it
meant
got
the,
no replay value. Don't
like
use my hot take to diminish this. That's why I
the
hate people. I had such a good hot take. Now they want to fucking use it on this.
look, the thing is, Drake makes music for streams. Drake makes music to dance to. I said when he wants to get in his bag, he can rap. I never denied the fact that Drake can rap, but he's in over his head this time. He is in over his head. He's in danger of drowning if he responds.
And I would venture and say it's too late to go back. Like he's stuck. He
Like
he can't do anything else now,
this is
Trey.
why I feel like this is why I'm saying he's got to make a popular song right now. Like he's got to make a No Guidance with Chris Brown because you reflect. You
Chris
can't get
is
nowhere with this dude.
Chris is gonna be like, yo, I'm out of this shit. Don't put me in this.
Well, but see, that's the other problem. The other problem is anybody that you go to is gonna be like, boy, gone.
Don't
You
yeah,
got
because
washed.
you trying to have him on my head?
Yeah,
No,
like
no.
I'm good. You asked for that smoke, you got that smoke. Like you asked for that.
Yeah,
You asked for that smoke and you got it. I ain't here to save you. I ain't here to give you street cred. Like Future gave you your little street cred.
yeah.
Future out of here. Metro, hey, you diss Metro. All right, cool. It was clever. But now you're about to be abandoned. And who's gonna have you?
Cole already said he don't got your back. You thought at least you had Cole.
Like, who you gonna get? Majid Jordan? Like, who's gonna have your back in this? Party next door? Who gonna have your back?
My man called out Ghost Riders by name on the track.
It just got it was this is scary hours, man. Like diss tracks are meant for Kendrick Lamar. Like
No pun intended on the scary hours.
when when Kendrick did Control, I knew what he was doing when it happened because I was there with Kendrick right before it happened. And we ended up using on Jay-Z's Life and Time the clip that I recorded of Kendrick, kind of referring to what he was about to do, and then he did it, and he had the whole industry up in arms. But the one person that didn't respond was Drake, and Kendrick knew it. And Kendrick tucked him in his pajama pants on the BET Awards freestyle.
Not the pajama pants.
And then Drake didn't respond again. And I'll say this, I'm gonna say this one time. I was SZA's first show in Vegas. She opened up for Wolfgang Amadeus at the Cosmopolitan. It's the first time SZA really did anything. She had just signed a TDE. I was there. I went backstage with SZA. I did a profile for her. I posted it recently for Life and Times. SZA still follows me on Twitter to this day, which is very strange because didn't even realize it until I went to look at something on her Twitter and I saw she had followed me. But it was because of this interview.
Humble brag.
But I say it to say this. I went backstage. It's me, Top Dog, SZA, Punch. Somebody else was there. Red One. We're all there. And I can't remember what the conversation got to when it got about Drake. And Punch looks at me and he's like, yeah, I don't think Drake wants that smoke. And I was like, is there really beef? Because I wasn't sure at the time. And he was like, you know Kendrick. He's like, Dot's competitive. And what Dot don't like is subliminals. What I don't like is somebody who ain't gonna respond when they know when they're being poked at, but then be on other people's songs talking about, yeah, come for me. I've come for you. You just ain't responding. You gonna act like somebody ain't knocking at this door, but you gonna say you the GOAT. But I'm right here. Top was basically like, we don't they don't have beef with Kendrick, I mean with Drake, but we want the smoke as a collective. Now, yes, Kendrick's not on top TDE anymore, but he's held these standards for since then. I want the smoke. Whenever you are ready for it, I want it. He put out Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I'm sure Kendrick went home. Kendrick sat there and he watched people talk about the album. Kendrick didn't care. Kendrick was like, a bunch of people listened to it. It affected the people I wanted it to affect. Cool. But I want to be the best. And I want my art to be recognized as the best. I told you, he had to be sitting in his bed, looked up at TV, and he said, is that J. Cole and Drake together?
How dare they?
Well, I want to take it a step further. When Drake had beef with Kanye and they ended up doing that show together, me personally, I believe that was the start of how Kendrick started to feel again. Because he was like, man, y'all were dropping pins on the map in locations. And now y'all doing a show together? Not me. Not me. So then the J. Cole thing happens, and it was like, all right. He said, y'all kissing on stage, basically. Y'all, oh, I love you, bro. I love you. That shit made Kendrick sick.
Kissing cousins.
And I'm sure, I don't know what, I'm just speculating that Future and Metro Boom was like, hey, Kendrick, want to do a song? Kendrick's like, yes. And they were like,
I've been waiting.
And they're like, it's called Like That. Here's the beat. I don't know if they heard the verse. I don't know who got whose verse first. I'm gonna find this out one day. I don't know who got whose first, but if Kendrick was the first one to set this off, oh my God. I can only imagine Metro being like, oh no. Oh,
Song wasn't even about that.
Yeah, it was just called Like That. And he gave these guys a massive hit off of a diss record.
Yeah.
But it's all because Kendrick, this is what Kendrick wanted. Drake don't really want this.
Kendrick's last 3 features have been diss songs. Like the Baby Keem shit was just through the roof.
Hillbillies?
No, what's the other joint they have?
Oh, the other one. I don't know. He's only interested in making a song with his cousin. It's funny.
Yeah, but like the first one that really went crazy.
Oh, God.
Where the video is great too.
Yeah.
When that shit dropped, you were like, oh my God. That shit was a warning shot. That was a warning shot in that song with him and Baby Keem. So it's like the last 3 joints I've heard from Kendrick is like, I want to let y'all know, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Family ties. Don't fuck with me. And he just throws it out. Don't fuck with me. Next
Leave me alone.
Don't fuck with me.
Yep, that's
next
the thing.
And then
leave me alone. Let me make my music and leave me alone.
Oh, then it's we the big 3, blah blah. And he was like, I just told people, don't put me in your category. And that's all he needed. He was just waiting to get pushed over the edge. He's just been volatile.
I'm also curious if First Person Shooter might have also included Kendrick at some point, because he was like, you put out do a guest spot, and he's like, we got some shit to address. Like,
yeah, I wonder what song that's for.
I wonder what it is now too, because he was like, hey man, we ain't cool, and you want to do a guest spot? That probably also set Kendrick off. It's like, we ain't buddies. Like, this ain't this is competition. This ain't, if we got some issues and you throwing darts at me over the years, and now it's like, hey, let's do a song together. I ain't trying to be number one. I'm trying to take your head off. I ain't trying to have a number one song on the radio. I'm trying to take your head off. So yeah, man. Good luck, Drake. I like Drake a lot. I've been a fan of Drake for a long time, but man, sometimes you got to know when to fold them. You don't push the chips in the table on this one. You ain't gonna win.
There's no way for him to win. At this point, you just have to not bitch out. Like, at this point, you're just like, yo, people, you just can't talk bad about me. This is one of those where I started a fight. This guy can fight.
Yeah.
I just got to take this ass whooping. Like,
I wasn't ready for that.
That's it. You got to take the ass whooping, take the bloody nose, take the black eye. I held my own, though.
I mean, dog, Rick Ross is enjoying this. Hey, white boy. Hey, white boy. Getting your ass with white boy. Kanye's enjoying this. Like everybody's watching Drake get dragged right now. Because Drake's never really been. I mean, Pusha dragged him, but even Pusha didn't have the. I don't want to say it's popular. He didn't have the cachet as an artist like Kendrick did. So it was easy for certain people to ignore Pusha. And they were like, well, Pusha's just a street dude that raps about cocaine. This is the big three. All right, cool. We all on the same level. I'm gonna show you we not.
Yeah.
we not on the same level. This is like when everybody kept trying to tell Jordan, like when they're handing MVP awards to other people because Jordan kept winning them. And then Jordan, like, this is the Jordan shit. This is the very cutthroat, like, we ain't friends. About to win 72 games on you motherfuckers.
Yeah, this is going to. I
Like,
want to hear the next one. I don't know.
took
I
that
don't think
personally.
there's not going to be a next one, but I want to hear the next
Like when Michael Jordan said, like, when the whole fucking documentary on the Bulls and Michael Jordan, just where he says, I took that personally. This is Kendrick. All right. Like, he's not even necessarily manufacturing beef. He's just kind of like, no, well, if you're interested in coming for this top spot, I'm gonna take it personally because I really hold this in high regard. And nobody, and there was a difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Michael refused to lose. Refused. He would play with the same team. He didn't go anywhere else. It was the Wizards till he owned the damn team. And he retired when he was like, all right, I've done enough. Then he retired, played baseball. The league said, man, new teams here. We're taking over. Shaq, Penny, they're taking over. The Rockets, they're taking over.
one.
Mike
All
said,
right.
wait, hold on. I'm back.
Yeah.
What's up? Send a fax. Kendrick did the same thing. Remember this? Kendrick sent a fax for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah.
And what did he do? Michael Jordan said, I'll just repeat again.
I love Kendrick when he's, and I've always been on record. I love Kendrick when he's not in album mode. Album Kendrick, great, right? Like they have stories and they coexist and he's an amazing rhymer. Features and now beef Kendrick. Damn, I love this. It makes me want him to rap in between albums more,
Yeah.
but he does. But
No.
I'm gonna enjoy this. I hope, for the sake of Drake, I hope he doesn't respond. What Rick Ross said, like, you need a homie to be like, it's over.
Not tonight,
No.
white boy.
Like, it's the equivalent of Bill Haney sending Devin's ass back out there after the 10th.
I mean, this was Terrence Crawford beating up on Errol Spence, right?
It was. He dropped a Terrence Crawford bar.
Yes, Errol Spence at a strap season. He was knocking at the door, had the Sharks. I loved it. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be an even fight. Then the fight happened. I was like, this ain't even. That's what Kendrick just did to Drake. It ain't an even fight.
It was the biggest ass whooping I've seen since then.
Yep.
So I can't wait. Hopefully it keeps going. So by the time you return next week, we have more to talk about. It's going to be crazy. Everyone, I know you guys are waiting on this episode. We appreciate you. Trust, we're going to follow this all the way through. So, I mean, we're going to keep talking about it. Hip hop's never better than when we get like this level of competition. So it's amazing. We appreciate you all. Thank you for following on Patreon. Tell everyone else to do the same. If they end up dropping some shit later on the week, I don't know. Dre will be in Bristol. I might have to talk about it. I don't know. So you might get 2 Patreon shows this week. So appreciate you all. Till next time, for myself, the old man Andreas and Kel, we're out.
Peace.